So when I first came to JMU, I was from Richmond, Virginia, and a lot of people from Richmond come to JMU, but it was just like for me, I just felt like I didn't connect with anyone like from my high school that came here. So I came here not knowing anyone. Literally, I'm like, well, this is a new start, and we'll just find someone to bond with or connect with. And I'm like, yeah, this is not home. Like, everyone kept saying JMU was home. It was so welcoming. And I'm like, yeah, this is not my home. And I'll call my mom like, yeah, I should have went to VCU. Like, I had planned. I should have went there. Like, why did I come here? And I just, like, didn't feel connected at all. Like, even throughout the semester as it went on, everyone had their friend group. You know, everyone would have, like, the things they were involved in. But I'm like, why am I not there? Like, why am I feeling this disconnect? And I'm like, is it because I'm the only minority girl? Is it because everyone's just looking past me and not looking to me? So I'm like, I need to join a club. So I got into SGA, and that's when I finally looked around and I realized that it was only 3 black people out of the entire 100 senators. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, this is a real thing. So I talked to someone who was graduating, and I'm like, how do you do this? Like, I feel like everyone's just looking past me. No one's understanding me. Like, how are you feeling, like, accepted and heard? And she literally broke down and was like, did you know you're the first black person other than me in SGA an entire year? So I'm like, let's just create a club for minority women, like, to hang out and talk and just, like, talk about this. Like, I know we all feel this way. And something that really sparked that is one day I was doing my hair, and I have a lot of hair. And someone came in our room and was like, why does it smell like that? And we're like, we're just doing our hair. Like, it's just normal for us. Like, that's just how it is. Like, it's a process, and it's an all-day thing. And so I'm like, Jasmine, let's make a club. Let's call it Women of Color. And we had found out there was actually a club here that was in 1988. They had started a club like that here. But it actually had got deactivated because of the lack of interest throughout the year. So I think the last time it was actually reactivated was in 2010. And I'm like, let's just make it. So we put on Instagram. I'm a SMAD major, so I made a little cute graphic. Want to make a club? DM me. So we had about 5 people DM me saying, like, what's a club? And so we all met in TDU, literally the last week of school, and we're like, this is a club. We don't know what the mission of it. We don't know what the vision of it, but we know we just want to make it a space for minority women. And that entire summer, 11 of us just worked hard to create a constitution and to really create some things we can really like grow off of. And with the process of CEO before the creating an organization process, you just, the first day of classes by 2 p.m., you have to go just drop off the packet, and you're entered in a lottery. So you don't know who's going to get it. You don't know who's going to be picked. You don't know who's going to win. And we were, I got an email like that day, like 3:05, and it was like, you've been selected. And we're like, we can't believe it. Like, we're about to be a club. And then from that moment, we had 11 exec members. And then that semester, so last semester, I think it was like February 2018, we had 100 members. My biggest thing was just like why prove people that I couldn't do this. Like, I had people at home that I feel like weren't rooting for me. Like, in my school, like, and I was like, I'm going to JMU. Everyone kept looking like, you're going to the white school? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going. Like, what do you mean? Like, why can't I go? And they're like, well, that's like, no black people go there. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to show you and I'm going to go. So I felt like just showing people that I could do this, and that even though if you thought the odds were against me, they weren't. And if I'm feeling like this, then who else is feeling like this? And sometimes you don't want to be honest about those things. You want to say, like, you know, I'm the only one feeling like this. Like, no one else probably is thinking this way, when there's a lot of people thinking that way. And there's a lot of people going through the same thing you're going through, but it just takes the courage to step up and just talk about it and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, but now what can I do? And really having a support group to, like, feel like it supports you was my biggest motivator, is that I can do it, I can get through it. And, you know, if everyone loves it, then I can too. I just need to find out what is the root cause of this and how can I help promote that to other people. Even if you don't feel like you fit in here, trust me, there's someone that feels the same way you feel, and that will help you and support you through it. When I got to know the administrators in the faculty and saw, like, wow, like, they really devote their entire career just to serving other students and serving to make sure other students have a good experience here. So don't ever let the moment of you feel like you don't fit in, because that's normal. You don't fit in, like, and don't shrink yourself to fit in places you don't fit. Just continue to grow and find where you do fit, and it'll all work out. sometimes with that, we were just talking about it, like, wow, how did this happen? Like, just in 2 years, with that time, we found our place and we made our mark. And now when I go places, I have people that I talk to and look at me and speak to me, and I can feel like, oh, I can make a change. Or if you don't think I can, I bet you we can. And we have a force behind us.